going to be level 2-3 Vinyasa flow class, and I'll be teaching the class, and Duran will be the student who'll be taking the class. We're going to get started laying down on your back, coming into comfortable laying down position. You'll be needing a strap, and if you have a block, please have a block with you, and if you don't have it, don't worry about it. And the strap, you'll want it right near your hand so you can pick up once we get started. And if you don't have a strap, feel free to use a belt or a scarf or anything that's accessible for you. So once you're laying down on your back, you can come into any comfortable laying down position for you. I invite you to close your eyes, and if you don't want to, just soften your gaze. Take this moment to feel your surroundings, so maybe feel the air or the breeze. Maybe a sound that's surrounding you. And see if you can feel the mat beneath your body. Start to pay attention to how your body moves with each inhale you take and each exhale. Allow your shoulders to be heavy, melting down towards the floor. Let's do a big inhale through your nose, feel your chest rising. And open mouth, exhale everything out. Another big inhale through your nose, feel your ribcage expanding. And open mouth, exhale everything out. One more time on your own. And start to find your ujjayi breath. Start to breathe in and out through your nose. Taking this moment to allow your breath to become even. Finding the evenness between the inhale and exhale. The evenness in depth, the pacing, the length. And maybe you can hear the sound of your breath, like ocean, coming from your deep throat. And next inhale, reach your arms over your head and grab hold of your opposite elbows. And allowing the upper arm bones to kind of melt down towards the floor. And when you did that, notice how your rib cage kind of expanded, lifted up towards the ceiling. And see if you can engage your core by drawing your ribs back down towards the mat. Nice. One more breath in. And exhale, release the elbow, grab hold of the, switch the crossing of your elbows. So still grabbing the elbow, but bringing the other forearms on top. And reaching your elbows towards the back wall. So you can feel the length from your elbows to your armpits, your side body. And as you breathe in, feel the ribcage expand. And as you exhale, feel your heart settling down. Now keep the ribs drawing down towards the mat as you breathe in. And then exhale out. Now release your elbows, hug your right knee in toward your chest. Give your right knee a nice hug, maybe circling your knee gently. If you want to circle your ankle, feel free to circle your right ankle. Just bringing a little bit of movement into your body. And you're going to grab a strap with your hand. And you're going to put a strap through your right leg or your right foot and reach the leg all the way up towards the ceiling. 2 hands on the strap. And your leg doesn't have to be completely straight yet, or maybe it will stay bent the whole time in class, and that's okay. So you just want to wake up your hamstring, notice how back of your legs feel in this pose. Allowing shoulders to stay relaxed down onto your mat, keeping the collarbone broad. And feel the upper left thigh bone to release down towards the floor. And imagine, even though you're laying down, imagine what you would be doing when you're standing up. So you want your left heel to be pushing forward towards the front of the mat, and you're going to turn or point your left toes to point up toward the ceiling. You want it to be straight up rather than turning slightly out. One more breath in, gently pull the strap. And exhale, release, drop the right leg down. I'm just going to switch sides. So hug your left knee in first. Maybe first just gently circling your left knee. Maybe circling your ankle if that feels good. And you can maybe also feel and pay attention to the residue of the sensation on the right side. How does it feel after you have released out of the pose? And you're going to grab the strap with your hands and put the strap through your left foot and reach your left leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Knees can be slightly bent or generously bent, or some of you maybe your legs are straight. So it's really up to you. You don't have to go into your full expression. You don't have to stretch to your fullest. It's still the beginning of the class. We're just doing this to wake up your hamstring. Noticing the difference between the right and left side. The left heel is going to push towards the front of your mat. Right toe is going to point up towards the ceiling. Imagine the top of your right thigh bone is pressing down towards the floor as you spin the inner right thighs down. The breath is still steady and even. Shoulders stay relaxed, collarbone stays broad. One more breath in. And exhale, slowly release the strap or the leg. Put the strap to your side and hug both knees in towards your chest. Once you hug both knees in towards your chest, maybe gentle side to side or circling your knees. Maybe feeling the massage in your lower back. And start to rock back and forth until you have nice momentum. You're going to come all the way up to seated. And once you're in seated, you can come into comfortable seat, whatever seating position is comfortable for you. So you see transiting cross-legged, and for you, if you prefer to sit on your heels, you can do that as well. And if you need a block or a blanket under your sit bones, feel free to add that on. You're going to sit up nice and tall. Your sit bone's going to root down. Let's inhale, both arms reach all the way up and over your head, palms to face each other. And exhale, slowly bring your hands to heart center. Your thumbs touching your heart. Again, gently drop your gaze down, or you can soften your gaze. And through your thumbs, see if you can feel your own heartbeat. The rhythm of your natural heartbeat, as well as the pacing of your breath. Keep that steady and even. Gently opening your eyes. Let's inhale, both arms reach all the way up. Again, exhale, hands come to heart center. Now you're going to drop your hands down by your side. Right hand stays down on the ground. Let's inhale, left arm going to reach all the way up and over so you can feel the left side body lengthening. Keeping left sit bones, left butt cheek on the ground as you reach your left fingertips all the way to your right. Next inhale, come all the way back up to center, both arms reach. Switch side, exhale, left arm drop, right arm reach up and over, feeling the right side body lengthening. The right palms are facing down towards the floor. And see if you can keep your right sit bones rooted on the mat. Next inhale, both arms reach all the way back up, maybe your gaze lift. And exhale, slowly drop your hands down. Now, you're going to grab your strap again, and I'm going to place it on his right shoulder. And reach your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bend your right elbow, bring your right hands behind your neck. See if you can feel that strap. Okay. You're going to reach your left arm all the way up to your left. Thumb's going to point down, and bring the left arm behind your back. And either you can grab onto the strap, like you can see him doing, and some of you may be able to grab your fingers. And you want to keep reaching your right elbow up, rotating the outer upper arm, right arm, towards the front of the room. Good. Keeping the collarbone nice and broad, shoulders stay relaxed, back of your neck stays on. breathing into the space where you feel the sensation of this pose, this shape. One more breath in. And exhale, release the strap, slowly release both arms down. Now you're going to move your strap to your left shoulder. Inhale, left arm reach all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend your left elbow, left hand behind your neck. Maybe you can touch the strap. You're going to reach your right arm to your right, thumb's going to point down, and bring your right arm behind your back. And maybe you can grab the strap, or maybe you're able to grab your fingers or touch the fingers. And depending on which side you're on, you might feel the difference in depth you can go into. You're going to try to reach that left elbow all the way up towards the ceiling, finding the rotation, so outer upper arm spins forward, keeping the collarbone broad, back of your neck stays long. If you notice your chin is coming down, see if you can lift your chin, bring your chin about level to the floor. Still breathing steady and even. One more breath in. And exhale, slowly release the strap. Release the hands down. And you can put the strap to the side now. And let's inhale, both arms reach all the way up to the ceiling. And exhale, reach your arms forward and down, fold forward. Palms facing down. And you can even crawl your fingertips as far forward as you can. So you can start to feel the length in maybe your lower back. Or maybe you might be able to feel some kind of stretch or opening in your outer hip muscle. With your palms, see if you can reach far forward as you can and really start to press down on the mat with the whole palms. Especially the amount of your index and your thumb, see if you can press down. Arm muscles are engaged, see if you can lift your elbows, your forearms up, and imagine, again, rotating the outer upper arm, the tricep down toward the floor as you bicep roll up. One more breath in. And exhale, walk your hands all the way back until you're sitting up nice and tall. And you're going to switch the crossing of your legs. So cross your leg in the opposite way or the awkward way. And let's inhale, both arms reach all the way up, palms facing each other. And exhale, fold forward. Reaching your arms forward. You can crawl your fingertips as far forward as you can. So again, finding length maybe in your spine. See how long you can grow your spine. How much further can your fingertips crawl to the front? Once you are at the place where you can't go any more forward, start to press the floor down with your palms, especially the amount of your index and your thumbs. Start to engage your arm muscles. Lift your forearms and elbows up towards the ceiling as you press down on the floor with the inner palms. The outer upper arm rotates down as your inner upper arm rotates up towards the ceiling. And notice this sensation, maybe the difference in sensation in your outer hip compared to the last side. Head stays relaxed. One more breath in. And exhale, walk your hands back until you're sitting up nice and tall. And from here, we're going to transition to tabletop position. So any way you wish, coming onto hands and knees. Stacking your shoulder, elbows, wrists in line, and your knees and your hips going to be in line. Your hands are about shoulder distance apart, knees hip distance. Let's inhale to cow pose, belly drop, chest forward, look forward. Exhale to round your back, tuck your chin, lift your navel up. Inhale to cow pose, look forward, tailbone reaches up towards the ceiling. And exhale to round, belly button lift, tailbone releasing down. And a couple more times on your own, connecting your breath with your movement. Making sure your jaw stays relaxed, forehead, your eyes stays relaxed. Now slowly find your neutral spine. We're just going to do a quick wrist stretch. So rotate your palms until the fingertips point back towards your knees. And if that's too much, you don't have to go all the way. Your fingers can point outward. And you can gently shift your way forward and back, your chest forward and back, or maybe circling your chest, or even cat-cow. So any kind of movement here is to explore a sensation on your wrist. And you can even spend extra time in a place where you feel like your wrist needs it more. Or if you prefer to keep moving smooth and slow, keep moving smooth and slow. And slowly find your neutral spine. And you're going to turn your palms to go back to a normal or regular tabletop, or fingers are pointing forward. And from here we're going to switch where your palms are facing up towards the ceiling, and you're dropping the top of your hands down. But don't put too much weight on it, just put enough weight so you can feel the stretch on top of your wrist. And you can see his fingers are pointing towards his knees. You can do that, or you can turn the fingers towards each other as well. Again, don't put too much pressure, it shouldn't hurt, it's just a little bit of stretch on your top of your wrist. One more breath in. And exhale to release, come back to regular tabletop. Walk your hand just one tiny step forward. Tuck your toes under and lift your knees, push your hips up and back, finding downward facing dog. The first downward facing dog of the class. So feel free to move in a way that feels good for you. So maybe that's bending your knees or bending one knee at a time, cracking your toes, maybe shaking your head, yes and no, any kind of sensation here, or any kind of movement that feels good in your body. And your legs doesn't have to become completely straight, so for some of you, you might keep the knees slightly bent the whole time, that's totally fine. Allowing your heels to release down towards the floor, bringing your feet hip distance about parallel. As you press the floor down with your palms, especially the inner palm, just like we did earlier, rotating the outer upper arm in. Head stays relaxed, and you're going to find length in your spine by pushing your hips up and back. See if you can keep your thigh muscles engaged, so see if you can lift both kneecaps up. Let's inhale, glide forward to plank position, shoulder, elbows, wrists are in line. If you need to adjust your feet or your hands, feel free to do so. Engage your thigh muscles here. So thigh muscle engaged, lift your thigh bones up as you release your tailbone slightly down, lower belly lift. Back of your neck stays long, crown of your head's going to reach forward, his heart going to reach forward as his heel's going to reach back. And the space between your shoulder blades, see if you can lift up, just like you would in like a cat, just a tiny bit of rounding your back. Head. One more breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, push your hips up and back. Two more times, inhale, glide forward to plank. And exhale, down dog. One last time, inhale, glide forward to plank. And exhale to down dog. Walk your feet a little wider than hip distance. You can bend your knees as much as you need to as you walk your hands back towards your feet. So you're going to come to the back of your mat, forward fold, Uttanasana. Relax your head and neck, maybe grab opposite elbows, sway side to side if that feels good. Same thing, you can bend your knees soft, maybe a little bit, or maybe generously, depending on how your back feels, how your hamstrings feeling today. Now switch to crossing of your elbows, same thing, allow the upper body to be really heavy, just releasing down towards the floor. Imagine you're just surrendering to gravity, finding even more spaces between each vertebrae. Now release your hands all the way down towards the floor. Bring your feet to be about hip distance apart. Bring your hands to your shins. Let's inhale, come halfway up. Reach your heart forward, but keeping back of your neck long. And exhale, fold forward all the way down. One more time, hands to your shins, come halfway up, lengthening. And exhale, fold. Hands to the mat, walk your hands forward until you're in plank position again. From plank position, inhale, reach your heart slightly forward of your wrists. Exhale, slowly lower yourself all the way down onto your mat, keeping your elbows by your ribs. Once you lower, untuck your toes and keep your palms there. And let's inhale, reach your heart forward and lift your chest, head, shoulders off the ground, baby cobra. And exhale, slowly lower down. Again, inhale, heart reach forward, chest lift, head lift, shoulders lift. This time bring your palms to hover if you can. And maybe reach your toes so far back that your legs hover. Nice. Shoulders are relaxing away from your ears, keeping your collarbone nice and broad. And exhale, slowly lower down. Tucking your toes under, lift your knees, your thighs off the ground, engage your thigh muscles, and inhale, push up to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Heels releasing down towards the ground. Now bend your knees slightly, heels lift, push your hips further back, and look between your hands. Now walk or step forward to top of your mat. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Head relax. Hands to your shins, inhale, come halfway up, spine long, collarbone broad, and exhale, fold forward, head relax. Next inhale, come all the way up, arms over your head, palms to face each other. And exhale, hands come to heart center, Samastiti. Sun salutation A. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. It's okay to bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins or the floor. Exhale, fold, step back to plank. Hold it here in plank. Inhale, reach your heart slightly forward of your wrists. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Untuck your toes once you come down. Inhale, baby cobra, chest lift, head lift, shoulders lift. Nice, and pause, keep breathing. See if you can press the floor down with your palms, come up maybe 1 inch higher. But keep your shoulders still away from your ear and collarbone broad, back of your neck stays long. Exhale, lower all the way down. If your back is ready, next inhale is upward facing dog. You're going to come up until your arms are straight, pause. Your shoulders and your wrists are in line. Collarbone stays broad, shoulder blades rolling down. And maybe your thighs or knees come off the ground. Now push your hips up and back as you exhale, down dog. Finding your steady breath here and down dog. Now inhale, heels lift, bend your knees, push your hips back, look between your hands. And exhale, step it down forward. Inhale, halfway lift, spine long. And exhale, fold, head relax. Inhale, come all the way up, arms over your head, palms maybe touch. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Again, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, step or jump back, Chaturanga as you come halfway on elbows in. Inhale is up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. So one breath, one movement, connecting your breath with your movement. Head stays relaxed. Now bend your knees, push your hips back, look between your hands. Walk, step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, head relax. Inhale, come all the way up, arms over your head. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Now bend your knees, push your hips back, arms going to reach up. Utkatasana, chair pose, weight is on the heels. See if you can push your butt further back and 1 inch lower. And imagine your inner thighs are spinning down towards the floor. Navel drawing in, tailbone slightly, just a little bit releasing down. But can keep the length of your upper body, fingertips reaching up. One more inhale, maybe your gaze lift. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhale to lengthen your heart forward. Exhale, fold, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Or you can meet us in down dog. Inhale, your choice of back bend. And exhale, down dog. Next inhale, right leg going to reach all the way up, three-legged dog. And pause, keep breathing. You're going to keep releasing your left heel down towards the ground as you reach your left heel up, but keeping your left toes pointing down. Imagine right heel. Imagine your right inner thighs is spinning up towards the ceiling. One more breath in, reach your right heel up and back. Exhale, bring your right knee to your nose, round your back. So you can really bring it to touch. Inhale, right leg reach up and back. Exhale, knee to your nose. and step your right foot between your hands. Right knee is in line with your ankle. Back knee drops, untuck your toes. Inhale, both arms reach all the way up. Palms facing each other. See if you can root down on the floor with your front right heel. Draw the navel in. And if you find yourself in a back bend where your front ribs are sticking out, see if you can draw the ribs back in towards your body. One more breath in, make your gaze lift. Exhale, slowly drop both hands down. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee off the ground. Inhale, come up again, crescent pose, Vinyasa. Again, you're still sinking down on the floor with your front right heel. Right knee aligned with your right ankle, if possible. And your back leg doesn't have to be straight. You can have a slight bend in your knees, or if you are comfortable with straightening, you can straighten. But see if you can sink down a little bit deeper. Draw the navel back towards your spine as you release the tailbone slightly down. Collarbone stays broad, but again, the ribs going to draw back in towards your body. Let's inhale, reach up, look up towards your fingertips. Exhale, slowly drop both hands down. Pause here. Left hand stay rooted on the ground. Inhale, right arm reaching up to twist. As you reach your right arm up, you can always put a block under your left hand if you need to. See if you can hug your outer hips in. Imagine somebody's pushing your outer hips in towards the center. Push your right hip crease further back. As you firm your left thigh, you want to lift your left hip a little bit higher. One more breath in, maybe your gaze lift. Exhale, drop your right hand down. See if you can step back with three-legged plank. Your right leg's going to stay hovering if you can. So his right leg is hovering, but his hip stays level. You can see his hips are the same distance from the ground. Lower belly lift, or tailbone heavy. Let's inhale, reach your heart forward. Exhale, chaturanga halfway down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. You can drop both feet down. And exhale, down dog. We're going to switch side. Inhale, left leg reach all the way up and pause. So left heel is going to reach far, far up and back as much as you can. But you're going to keep that right heel rooted. And as you can see, his left toes are pointing down. It's not rotating out. And he's trying to spin the inner left thigh up towards the ceiling. One more breath in, reach far up as you can. Exhale, knee to your nose, round your back. Inhale, left leg reach up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, round. Lift your navel up and step your left foot between your hands. Back knee drops, untuck your toes. Inhale, rise up. Low lunge, palms facing each other. Left heel's rooting down. Breathing still steady. As he reaches his fingertips up, palms are facing each other because of his whole arm is rotating in. So the outer upper arm rotates forward, his bicep, the inner upper arm rotates back behind him. He's keeping back of his neck long, drawing the front ribs in. One more breath in, maybe your gaze lift. And exhale, slowly drop both hands down. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee off the ground. And inhale, coming back up to crescent pose, palms facing each other. Left knee still stays in line with your ankle, rooting down with your left heel. Navel in, tailbone slightly releasing down. Even in this pose, imagine outer hips are squeezing into center, like your inner thighs are squeezing into center. One more breath in, grow the spine taller. Exhale, slowly drop both hands down. Right hand stay rooted on the mat. Inhale, left arm reaching up to twist. And as you twist to the left, hug your left outer hip in. So left thigh bone, rather than coming up to the left, he's hugging it in towards the midline of his body. His left hip pushes back. He's engaging your right thigh muscle, lifting the right thigh bone up. One more breath in. And exhale, slowly drop the left hand down. Step back to plank or three-legged plank. And you keep that left leg hovering. And he's doing a great job. His hip stays level. Sometimes we have a tendency the left hip kind of sinks down. So engage the lower belly. Left hip and right hip nice and even. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Exhale, chaturanga halfway down, elbows in. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Nice. Inhale, right leg reach up, three-legged dog. And just open up your hip. So you're going to lift your right hip higher than the left and bending your right knee. But you want to make sure your left heel staying rooted down as much as you can. Just We're going to inhale, right leg reach straight back. Exhale, right foot steps between your hands. Bringing your right knee in line with your ankle. This time spin your back heels down. Warrior 2. Inhale. Virabhadrasana 2. Nice. Right knee stays in line with your right ankle, rooting down with your front right heel, as well as the outer edge of your back foot also keeps rooting down. Core engaged, so navel in, ribs drawing in. And arms extending, but you want to keep a little bit of softness in your shoulders. Now flip your right palm to face up, inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm reach up and back. Nice. Feel the right side body lengthening. Maybe your gaze lift up towards your right fingertips. One more breath in. Exhale, come back to warrior 2, extended angle. Right fingertips reach forward. Either elbows by or hands to the floor or a block. Left arm reach up and over your left ear. Nice. Even in this pose, you want to keep hugging the right outer hips in. So the right thigh bone, instead of kind of sticking out to your right, squeeze it back in towards your body. You want to keep the back left thigh muscle firm, engage. You're going to press down on the floor with your left foot. Kneecap lift, engage the left thigh muscle. Now strong back foot, inhale, come all the way back up to warrior 2. Bring your hands to heart center. And look at your back left foot. And see if you can turn your left toes out, heels in. And bend your left knee to find Skandasana. So if he's bending your left knee, squatting down, right leg straight or almost straight. And you can always put a block under your sit bone. Sit on the block if it's not accessible for you. With your left upper arm or tricep, see if you can gently push your left knee out so you kind of feel a little bit of hip opener here. He has his hands to heart center, but if that's not accessible, you can drop your hands to the floor. Still breathing steady. Now we're going to come back to warrior 2 facing the front of the room. So press the floor down with your left foot. Inhale, come up. Warrior 2, arms open. Nice. Left knee stays, right knee stays in line with your right ankle. And he makes sure not to keep the toes pointed out. He actually turns the toes back in on the back foot. Now right leg straight. Triangle pose. So if you need to heel toe your back foot closer, heel toe your back foot closer. Both thigh muscle firm. Inhale, reach your right fingertips forward. Exhale, right arm drops, either floor, ankle, shin, or block. And left arm going to reach up, palms facing down. Both thigh muscles nice and firm. And he's rooting down on the floor. When he does that, his back left hip slightly tilt this way. Good. So your hip muscle is not parallel to this wall. His left hip is slightly tilted forward. Maybe his gaze left. Now strong back foot, inhale, come all the way up. Bend his right knee, warrior 2. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, circle the arms down. Back heel spins up. Step back to 3-leg plank. Right leg stays hovering, or you can drop the right foot down if you need to. We're going to transition into side plank. Shift your weight onto your left hand. Right arm going to reach up. Side plank. You can keep the right leg hovering if you like, if you want the right leg lifted up. If you need to modify it, you can drop your bottom knees down or right foot can come forward. Just like he was in plank pose, thigh muscle engaged, tailbone towards your heels, hips stay stacked. One more breath in, maybe gaze lift. Exhale to plank. Chaturanga or down dog. Feel free to skip chaturanga anytime if you need to go to down dog. Just go straight to down dog. Inhale, left leg reach up, 3-legged dog. And exhale, open up your head, bend your left knee. So left hip is going to lift up higher than the right. As he bend his left knee, maybe you can see his left toes under your right armpit. But making sure the right foot stays straight. Next, inhale, left leg reach straight back. Exhale, left foot steps between hands. Back heel spins down, inhale, rise up, warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Arms are parallel to the floor, and making sure left foot is pointing straight forward, and his left knee, as he bends his left knee, is tracking the same line as his second toe. Sinking down a little bit deeper. Now flip your left palm to face up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm going to reach up and back. Keep the depth in your left knee. Keep the left knee tracking the same line as your second toe. One more inhale, maybe your gaze lift. And exhale to extended angle. Left fingertips reach forward. Elbow to thigh or hands to the floor of the block. Now he's reaching his right arm up and over his right ear. Palms facing down. Back of his neck stays long. Hugging the left outer hips in. And you'll feel the length in his right side body. The back right leg stays firm. And still breathing. Now strong back foot. Inhale, come all the way back up, warrior two. Hands to heart center and bring your gaze to your back right foot. Heels gonna turn in, toes gonna point out. Bend his right knee, skandasana on his right side. And you can always put a block, or sometimes it's easier if your heels stay lifted. So if that's what you need, feel free to do that. And his right upper arm is pushing your right inner knee outward. So he's feeling a little bit of a hip opener. And you might find one side a little easier than the other. Now pressing the floor down with your right foot. Inhale, come all the way up to warrior two, facing the front of the room, making sure you turn the back right heel back and toes slightly forward. Yes, nice. Now triangle pose. Inhale, left leg straight. Heel toe your back foot in. Inhale, reach your left fingertips forward. Exhale, left arm drop, right arm reaching up. Utthita Trikonasana. Collarbone stays broad. Right hip slightly tilts forward. Nice, because the inner thighs are spinning back. And he's really engaging the left outer hip muscle. Collarbone stays broad, the shoulders stay relaxed. Now strong back foot. Inhale, come all the way up. Bend your left knee, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, circle your arms down, back heel spins up. Step back to three-legged plank. Left leg stays hovering if possible. And if you can, for the whole transition, you can keep this left leg hovering if you want to try that. Shift your weight onto your right hand, the left arm going to reach up. Nice. Vashisthasana side plank. You can keep the left leg up or keep the ankles stacked. You can drop your knees down or modify if you need to. Front ribs in, tailbone towards your heels, and you're going to keep your hips stacked. One more breath in, maybe your gaze lift. Exhale, slowly drop your left hand down, your choice, chaturanga or down dog. From your down dog, we're going to come into malasana squat. So bend your knee, push your hips back, look between your hands. Hop or step. Your feet come to the outside of your hands. Toes slightly turning out, heels in. And he's going to squat all the way down. Hands going to come to heart center. And very similar to Skandasana, if you need to, you can always put a block under your sit bones and sit on the block. So see if you can feel your tailbone scooping under and lifting the frontal hip points up towards your belly. You'll feel the lower core kind of waking up. But you're still rooting down on the floor with your heels. With your outer upper arm, you're pushing your inner knees out, like you're almost trying to open that hip, palms pressed together. But see if you can keep your collarbones broad, shoulders stay relaxed. Now we're going to come into Bakasana Crow. So drop both hands down on the ground. Your hands are shoulder distance apart. And lift your hips up. And snuggle your knees under your armpit. Shifting your weight forward, look forward. Maybe one foot or maybe both feet comes off the ground. You can find balance. See if you can bring the big toes to touch. Nice. See if you can find a little bit of rounding in your upper back just like cat. Nice. Option to shoot back to chaturanga or jump back or step back. And we'll all meet in down dog. Nice. Inhale, right leg reach up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to your forehead, round your back. Step your right foot between your hands. Crescent pose, inhale, rise all the way up, arms over your head. Nice. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Back heel spins down. Nice. We're going to come into Prasarita. So he's going to straighten your right leg, bring your right toes parallel to the left, facing the side wall. Hands to your hips. Inhale, heart lifts, spine long. And exhale, fold forward all the way down. And drop your hands down on the ground. Your hands stay shoulder distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift, heart's going to reach forward towards the wall. And exhale, drop the crown of your head down towards the floor. Doesn't have to touch the floor. And you can keep the knees slightly bent if you need to. And you want the outer edges of your feet to be parallel here. And if your hands doesn't reach the floor, feel free to use a block. Taking this moment to find your breath. Notice where in your body you feel the sensation or the tightness or the openness. Now, walk your hands to your right ankle. Turn your right foot to point towards the front of the mat. Bend your right knee back, heel spins up. Nice. He's going to keep his hands on the mat. Right foot stays on the mat. Shift your weight forward so you can step your back foot third of the way forward and drop it down. Nice. Hands to your hips and come all the way up to stand. Once you come up to stand, straightening both legs. So both legs are straight. And you want to align your front heel with your back heel or wider hip distance apart, especially if you have wider hips, you can bring your feet even wider. And the back foot is going to be in 45-degree angle. So it's not completely turned forward, but it's not turned all the way out like it was in Warrior 2. So from here, we're going to come into Pyramid Pose, Parsvottanasana. So open your arms nice and wide, palms face forward, and then keep the arms open but rotate the thumbs to point down. Palms going to face back. Now bring your hands behind your back. You can either choose fist or grab opposite elbows, or you can do reverse namaskar where palms going to touch behind you. But we keep trying to keep the collarbone broad the whole time. Shoulders down, back of your neck stays long. As you reach your sternum, your heart up towards the ceiling, see if you can release the tailbone slightly down. One more breath in, find length. And exhale, fold forward all the way down. And keep your legs straight if you can. Forehead touching your leg is not the purpose of this pose, so you don't need to try to bend your knees so you can bring your forehead to touch the knee. You want to keep the hips level, so sometimes the tendency is that your right hip slightly lean forward compared to the left. So if that's you, you want to push your right hip crease back. And you want to keep rooting down on the floor with the inner right foot, the mantle of your right big toe. One more breath in, keep the fold. Exhale, release the hand, drop both hands down on the ground. Hands to the ground, you can bend your knees if you need to. Shift your weight forward, standing split. So you're going to reach your left leg up. And fold forward towards your right leg. Nice. And if you want to play with balance, maybe bring your right hand to grab your right back of your right ankle. And maybe you can play with balance more and bring the left hand to also grab back of your right ankle. As you keep folding forward, keep reaching the left leg up. One more breath in. Exhale, hands come back down to the ground. An option to practice hopping up to handstand here. If you want to hop up using the bottom leg, you can give it a couple hops. And if you prefer hopping with both feet, feel free to try that as well, like donkey feet, donkey hop. Nice. And slowly step your left foot all the way back. Hand stays on the ground, bend your right knee until it's in line with your ankle. Good. Step back to plank. Chaturanga or down dog, your choice. Switching side, inhale, left leg reach all the way up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left foot steps between your hands. Inhale, rise up, crescent pose, arms over your head. And exhale, hands come to heart center as you spin your back right heel down, turn to face towards the front, bring your feet to parallel. Now hands to your hips. Inhale, heart lifts, spine long. Exhale, fold forward, Prasarita Padottanasana, head relax. All the way forward and drop your hands down if it can reach the floor. Your hands going to be shoulder distance apart. about shoulder distance apart. If you need to step back or bend your knees to drop the crown of your head down to the floor, feel free to do so. Keep your elbows just like chaturanga 90 degrees. You can shift your weight so your hips are stacked over your shoulders, and maybe you're able to lift your legs up. Nice. So imagine the arms just like chaturanga, it's 90 degree hugging in. And you don't want to put too much weight on your neck or your head, so you're pressing the floor really hard with your palms. Core engaged, the ribs drawing in towards your body, and this time your tailbone reaching up towards your heel, inner thigh squeeze. Still breathing steady. One more breath in. You're going to slow and steady come all the way down to where we were. So you can open your feet wide, folding forward. Nice. Walk your hands towards your left ankle. Turn your left foot to point forward. Bend your left knee, backward spins up. Keep your hands on the floor. Shift your weight forward, backward step third of the way forward. Nice. Hands to your hips. Inhale, come up to stand. Setting up for pyramid. So in pyramid, you want heel to heel, hip distance apart, and your hips are square to the front of the mat. So we want to avoid the hips kind of tilting this way. So this is what we want to avoid. We want the torso to face forward. Nice. Inhale, heart lift, tailbone down, and exhale, slowly fold forward. Nice. As you fold forward, keep pushing your left hip crease back. Back of the neck long, collarbone stays broad. And breathe. One more breath in, keep the fold. Exhale, drop both hands down on the floor, frame your left foot, lean forward so you can lift your back right leg up and back, half standing split. So you're folding forward, just like forward fold. Imagine your left leg and your torso just like Uttanasana forward fold, where you're reaching your right leg up. If you want to play with balance, maybe left hand grab back with your left ankle. Maybe you also can grab with your right hand back with your right ankle. Focusing your gaze on one point and make sure you're not holding your breath. One more breath in. Exhale, both hands come down to the floor. And practice maybe hopping up to handstand. Now this pushing leg is your left leg, and right leg can reach up. You can practice a couple hops. Again, if you like to practice with hopping up with both feet together, feel free to do that as well. Nice. And you're going to slowly step your right foot all the way back. Step back to plank, chaturanga or down dog. It's your last one if you decide to do it. From your downward facing dog, bend your knees slightly, push your hips back, look between your hands. You're going to come into seated, step or hop, cross your ankle, have a seat. Nice. Now we're coming to Baddha Konasana, so bring soles of your feet together to touch. Your knees going to open wide, and hands can be on your ankles or your toes or maybe on the floor. Both sit bones rooting down. Let's inhale, spine long. And exhale, fold forward all the way down. And relax. And if you need to put blocks under your knees or your upper thighs, feel free to do so. Make sure your jaw stays relaxed. Close your eyes if you wish. Your eyes stay soft. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. Bring your hands to your outer knees and gently bring your knees together. Feet on the ground. And you're going to stretch both legs forward. Maybe scoot your hips slightly back. spine long, shoulders relax. Inhale, and exhale, fold forward. And if you need a strap here, feel free to use the strap. And if you need to keep your knees slightly bent, you can keep the knees slightly bent. Every inhale, you want to find length in your spine. And exhale, folding a little bit deeper from your hip crease. Shoulders stay relaxed. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly come all the way up. You're going to bend your right knee, bring your right foot on the ground, hug your right knee in towards your chest. And you're going to step your right foot to the left side of your left thigh. So step your right foot to the left. Got it. And bend your left knee, bring your left heel towards your right side bone. Nice. Maybe this is where you are. This is enough. You stay here. You can just hug your right knee in. Or you can roll onto outer ankle. So the right outer ankle comes down to the mat. Yeah. So you're crossing both your inner thighs, squeezing your knees are almost kind of stacked as much as you can. If this hurts your knee, don't do it. Go back to the previous step. You can stay here as you inhale, sit bones root down, your heart lift. Or exhale, you can fold forward here. Fold your torso forward. Nice. Arms can be anywhere. You can walk your hands forward if you like. Or you can keep your hands on the floor, your knees, your thighs, your ankles, whatever you wish. Next inhale, come back to center. Hugging your knees in and switching side. Drop both knees to the left. Right arm going to reach up to your right. Maybe gaze towards your right fingertips. Right shoulder, right rib cage, your right shoulder blades just melting down towards the floor. Your head heavy. Notice how your body is breathing. See if you can find that even breath. Inhale, bring both knees back to center. Hug both knees in towards your chest. If there's any pose that your body would like to do before having a baby, feel free to do them now. I know you like to do halasana, plow pose. But if you wish a back bend, feel free to do back bend here, or shoulder stand, or anything that you like to do before we go into having a baby. Anything your body's craving for. And if you don't know, you can just stay there, having your knees in towards your chest. A couple more breaths here. Your breath is still steady, calm, smooth. And wherever you are, you're going to slowly release, coming back to hugging your knees in towards your chest. Take your time. And you're going to open your knees wide. Happy baby. You can keep your hands on your knees or outer ankles, outer edges of your feet. And you're going to open the feet, open the knees wide. Push the feet, the knee down towards the floor. Keeping that lower back long, so tailbone down towards the floor. And if you want to, you can sway side to side, massaging your spine if that feels good in your body. Now slowly release your feet and hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Head and shoulders lift off the ground, coming into tiny tight ball. Squeeze everything in your body nice and tightly. And let's do a big inhale. And exhale, release into Shavasana. Finding your comfortable laying down position. Whatever that position may look like for you. You can use as many props as you like. If your arms are on the floor, palms to face up. I invite you to close your eyes. Otherwise, soften your gaze. Relax your jaw. Releasing your tongue from the mouth. Relaxing your eyelids and forehead. Allowing your body to find that natural rhythm of breath. And feel free